The Knights of the Realm. Episode Origins. Chapter 1. Andrian Heft. The crashing waves against the sea cliff ease Andrian's pounding heartbeat. His heaving lungs grab at the salted air, a quiet wheeze releasing with every breath. Despite the tightness in his chest, Andrian smiles as he lies against the grass. The familiar swish and squish of trotting footsteps weave their way through the grass. A stick is dropped at Andrian's feet, followed by the heavy panting of an impatient beast. Andrian keeps his eyes closed, continuing to lie down. The beast waits for a few moments, then joins Andrian in the grass, resting his heavy head upon Andrian's stomach. "Good boy," he whispers into the wolf's ears, sitting up and allowing his canine companion to rest against him. Varos and Andrian watch the incoming waves, seeing them crash onto the tall stone face of their favorite sea cliff. A supply ship sails around the island, heading back out into the endless sea. They watch it sail for a moment, but then Andrian feels Varos twist and reveal his belly, panting with pleading eyes. Andrian cocks his head to the side, grinning as he reaches down and scratches his friend. "You only love me when no one's around," he smirks, scratching faster as Varos leans in. Andrian laughs as he uses two hands to scratch and grapple his friend. His muscular arms bear several scars, the largest and most faded of which runs halfway down his forearm, earned upon the two friends' first meeting a decade ago. Varos turns again, pushing past Andrian's grip and licking his face. Laughing as Varos kisses him, Andrian wraps his arms around the wolf's neck and pulls him to the ground. The two wrestle for a moment, but Varos pushes back hard against his friend. Pinned once again, Andrian's laugh continues as he lightly shakes Varos's jaw. "Oh, how mighty you are," he teases. "The son of Anduin, felled by the king of the woods." "Defeated so easily?" another voice calls out, startling Andrian and Varos. Both shoot up, but quickly relax as they see its source. Maribel Heft, the second youngest of the Heft children, walks towards the two, a dress of silky greens and silvers gently flapping in the wind. Her Heft blonde hair is finely braided, with a colorful ribbon interwoven into the knots. Varos trots away from Andrian and bumps against the teenager's waist, circling around her with a wagging tail. "I won earlier," Andrian defends, turning away from his sister. "Varos just can't accept defeat." Sitting next to Andrian, Mary nudges against his shoulder. "Annabelle is looking for you. She wants to read with you." Andrian rolls his eyes, but smiles. "She's old enough to know the words. She just wants the voices." "As did I," Mary counters. "As did Valentine. Abigail would have too if she weren't too old." Andrian lets out a soft chuckle. "I will, but today I'm busy. Weather is calm. I wish to enjoy it." "Is it?" Mary asks, looking up to see gathering storm clouds over the horizon. "I suppose it could be calm. Calm enough to see the next ship pass by, at least." Andrian nudges Mary off his shoulder. "I have other ways to spend the day." Mary rolls her eyes. "Truly? Is that what you do in the barn?" "Funny. Remind me of that joke next time you need something fixed." Mary laughs, flashing a goofy grin as she nudges her brother. Andrian rolls his eyes, returning the smile as he looks back out to the sea. "So, where is she?" Andrian asks. "Were you the distraction?" Mary smirks. "Very perceptive." Andrian looks behind him, scanning the tall grass for a squatting little girl. He sees Annabelle staring from a poorly chosen hiding spot. Andrian spots her, prompting the curly-haired Annabelle to hide behind her large book. Turning back to Mary, he watches her smile as Varos nudges into her. Returning his gaze to the grass, he dramatically puts his hands on his hips. "Well, where is Annabelle?" he shouts. "I don't see anyone here." Annabelle peeks up from her book, her bright green eyes trying to blend with the grass. Andrian makes a show of looking around, even standing up and putting his hand over his eyebrows. "Wherever did she go?" Annabelle giggles from behind her book. Varos's ears perk up, moving away from Mary and beginning to sniff. He quickly finds Annabelle standing, then stares at the little girl. She shushes him and tries to hide him behind her, but Varos licks her cheek. Annabelle giggles louder, dropping the book and hugging Varos. Varos licks her again, prompting more giggling. Lost in her joy, Annabelle doesn't notice Andrine sneak up behind her, snatching her up and hoisting her onto his shoulders. "No fair," Annabelle laughs. "I was sneaking. I was going to sneak you." "Sneak me?" Andrine laughs back, lowering Annabelle back down and under his arm. "Sneak me where?" Annabelle stops laughing, taking a moment to think. "I don't know," she says nonchalantly, turning back to Varos and resuming her giggling. Mary appears next to Andrine, leaning down and grabbing the book. She hands it to him, then nods for him to read. Andrine glares, trying to quietly stash it away. Annabelle sees the book from the corner of her eye, whipping her head to it and smiling wider. "Read," she demands. "Read, please." Andrine walks back to his spot near the cliff face, sitting down with Annabelle in his lap. Mary sits next to them, Varos wiggling his way between her and Andrine, resting his head in Annabelle's lap. Andrine looks at the book she brought him. "Javan Kala," Andrine reads, pronouncing it with the soft twang of the Yelavan language. "Our mortal gifts," Annabelle translates. "Ma says I have to read it before she'll teach me." "So, I'm doing your work," Andrine clarifies. Annabelle smiles as she vigorously shakes her head no. "It's just better when you read." Andrine stares at Annabelle. Annabelle stares back. "Fine," Andrine mumbles, opening the book to the first page. Annabelle reaches out and skips a few pages, opening to a page marked with a green leaf. Pointing to the paragraph halfway through, she smiles. Andrine glares at her, but Annabelle smiles wider. Clearing his throat, Andrine quickly skims through the pages and prepares his best dramatic voice. "Yet, while the gods had each other, they desired more. Through their grace did they make us, each god submitting their own patron creation to the Holy Council. Basking in starlight, each god populated Otis with 100 of their chosen people, 100 added each day for 10 days. Calcoth created humans, Unicella, the elves, and Terrana, the animals that would run along the earth. Muradin placed his dwarves in the mountains, and Arago made his mighty dragons upon their island, deep within the mighty sea. The Green Lord and his orcs—" "Next," Annabelle demands. "Anna, let Andy read," Mary interjects. Andrine shrugs. Looking to the next page, he reads from the top. "Yet, some gods gave an extra gift to mortals. Tiamat, Our Lady of Death, created a realm for all living beings to reside in when their mortality ended. Arna created magic, giving each mortal soul an unbreakable string that wrapped around them, allowing the possibility to touch and be touched by her magic. Calcoth and Unicella granted mortals day and night, with the moon serving as their royal court, and the sun housing their personal realms. When Varos lifts his head from Annabelle's lap, perking up and looking out. His tail is still, and his neck stiffens. He wiggles himself from his family, turning to the woods behind them. Flashing his teeth, he growls at the swaying trees. "What is it, boy?" Annabelle asks, climbing out of Andrine's lap and leaning against Varos. The wolf's growl grows low, its eyes darting across the woods with unflinching focus. Andrine looks to the woods as well, searching alongside his friend. He sees nothing, but Varos's unease does not fool him. Standing, he gestures for Mary to stand as well. "I'll read more later," he calmly declares. "You two get back to the house." "Us?" Mary questions. "Let's all go." "I'll join in a moment," he says, leaning down to his foot and feeling his pant leg. Tied around his boot is a sheathed dagger. Confirming it is there, he turns to his sisters. "Mary, take Annabelle to the house." Mary hesitates. "Now," he insists, careful to sound calm as Annabelle looks at him. Mary nods, grabbing Annabelle's hand and rushing away. Varos glares at the woods. "Go with them, boy," Andrine commands. Yet Varos does not move. Andrine suppresses a smile. As Mary and Annabelle walk to the house in the distance, he draws the dagger from his boot. "Stay close, boy." With the growling storm overhead, Andrine holds his weapon tight. Together, Andrine and Varos walk into the woods.